Hey, what's up, guys? I'm PTC. You know, in Overwatch, there's a lot of things you can complain about, and I'm talking legitimate complaints here. Problems with hero balance, map balance, those damn levers in your competitive match. Why the hell do I get kicked for AFK and the practice range when I'm trying to change my key settings? It's not like anybody's in there with me. I'm just trying to get my settings. Why are you kicking me for AFK? Anyways, the list goes on. There's more stuff. But the whole Mei's skin, should it be a legendary controversy? I don't know so much about that one, guys. I mean, come on. Anyways, if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me explain it a little bit. Well, it appears that a lot of players are saying bah humbug to the new legendary skin for Mei in the Winter Wonderland event. Basically, the criticism being that it's just a color palette swap of her default skin. It does actually have a little bit more than that. We'll go into that in a second here. But there was enough of this criticism that over on the official Blizzard Overwatch forums, Jeff Kaplan actually responded, and he said, in response to one of these posts, he said, "Hi there, sorry you are disappointed with Mei's winter skin. We don't have a specific rule for what makes something legendary or epic. We just sort of make a gut call based off of what we think is cool. Coolness is subjective, and based off the community reaction, it seems like our gauge was off on this one. Our reasoning for it being legendary was that we completely redid the visual effects for Cryo Freeze. They turned the ice block into a snowman. We thought that was pretty special, and we had done it specifically based on community suggestions from months ago when people were speculating that we might have a winter event. Apparently, lots of people don't agree with us, and that's okay. It's all good feedback, and we're learning something for future events. For people concerned that Mei is not going to get another legendary for a long time, you need not worry. We have something pretty awesome for her early next year. Apologies that our cool meter was off from yours on this one. We'll try to align better on future content." Now, I can only imagine some of the Blizzard Overwatch devs just face-palming and rolling their eyes, just going like, man, I can't believe we have to deal with this. Like, man, they're just complaining about everything. But in all seriousness, I don't think that this is that big of an issue. But I do want to address it anyways, because he says that there's no hard and fast rule, but there actually kind of is a rule set for the different custom skins that Blizzard uses. So let's go over that real quick. Alright, let's go into the hero gallery. I'm going to use Reaper as an example because it's really easy to tell with him. And I'm going to show you the basic rules that Blizzard uses for determining what a skin is, whether it's a rare, an epic, or a legendary. And after I've shown you this, you'll probably understand better why people think that the new Mei skin should have been an epic instead of a legendary. Alright, so with Reaper here, this is his default skin. And you can see that most of it is black and there's some silver here. Now, when you look at the rare, it's going to change some of the sections, certain specific regions of the skin, to a different color. And it's the exact same for all of the different rares, with the exception that the color is different. Now, once you get into an epic, it breaks that rule, and it makes it so that both of the regions can change color. So now you'll notice that, yes, the guns and the cloak change color, but the rest of it changed color as well. And if we look at this one, it's the same thing. So the guns and the rest of it have changed color. So that's why that is considered an epic. Now, if you look at his Shiver one, this is the new Winter Wonderland one. Again, it's using the default skin, but it has different colors. And in this case, it also added a little bit more color effect to it, like the lighting stuff, the glowy bits and stuff like that. It did have a minor texture change, and that will happen on some of the epics. Now, if we look at the legendaries, you'll notice that they are completely unique. They do not use the base default skin at all. So there's the Nevermore, the El Blanco, the Blackwatch Rays. We've got the Pumpkin one. Plague Doctor, and Mariachi. So the legendaries are completely different from what the base skin is. Now, let's go over to Mei, and I'll show you why people are upset about it. So we'll look at the classic one, right? So it's got the blue and the white. You go here, and it only changes like the one color on certain sections. So you got this area here, the gloves, the pants, and the little robot. You'll see that? And then you come here, here, and here. And then if you look at the epics, you'll notice that it, again, follows the same rules. It will change 2 of the color regions. So it changes the gloves, but it also changed this, and it added a little something. So now we have the flower there. And if you look at the earthen one, same thing. Changed color on multiple regions and added like some little extra kind of details and stuff. Now, if you look at the legendaries that Mei has, she's got this one, which is completely different from the default skin. The Yeti Hunter, also completely different. Firefighter, and Abominable. So those legendaries are completely different from the base skin. But let's compare the default skin to the brand new legendary, and you'll see why some people are a little upset about it. So here's the default, and then this is the new legendary. And you'll notice that it follows the rules that an epic skin should have, whereas it takes the base skin and it changes the colors on 2 of the regions, and it can also add a little bit extra. In this case, it's the Santa hat and the bow. But if you compare this to like the other epics, you'll notice, again, 2 color region changes, 2 color region changes, and a little bit extra. So it basically follows the guidelines that Blizzard has set up for the epic skins. Now, even though the skin itself follows the rules for being an epic skin, meaning that it has 2 regions with a color change and it has little extra stuff in it, there is one other thing that kind of puts it a little bit higher, and this is what Blizzard thought would make it into a legendary, and that is that it has the custom special effect of turning you into a snowman whenever you use your ice block. Now, I thought that was pretty cool. Now, whether or not this should or should not be a legendary, I don't really think it's that big of a deal. Actually, I kind of would like to see more special effects like that. But I don't know. I don't want it to get too out of hand. One of the problems with Dota was some of the items and the effects that they were adding just got a little too crazy. Like, some of it's too overpowering. There's too many sparkle effects and flares and all that sort of stuff. So as long as it's kind of like a low-key change like that, I think that's pretty cool. And I would like to see more skins that do that. Now, speaking of more skins, going back to Jeff Kaplan's message from earlier, he said, for people concerned that Mei is not going to get another legendary for a long time, you need not worry. We have something pretty awesome for her early next year. Well, early next year could be the Chinese New Year. And I believe next year is the Year of the Rooster. And it would be kind of neat to see Mei with like a little chicken instead of the robot. Or, you know, the escort quests from World of Warcraft, if you ever played that, some of the escort quests involved a robot chicken that you had to like help get from one part of the desert over to the other part of the desert, or one part of an area to another town or something like that. So it would be kind of neat if like her little robot was a chicken, or well, I guess technically a rooster in this case, since it's Year of the Rooster, but that would be kind of neat. But anyways, I don't know, the whole skin controversy with whether it's a legendary or epic, I don't think it really matters. But what do you guys think? Should the new skin be classified as a legendary because it has the special ability animation, or should it be classified as an epic because it's still essentially the default skin just with some color changes? So let me know what you think, legendary or epic. Put your choice down in the comment section below. But that is going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe, because there's lots more Overwatch on the channel. Remember, always blame the controller, because it's never your fault.